Hi, my name is John Kim, and I'm a therapist who went through his own rebirth. I share my feelings and revelations. I believe in casual over clinical and with you instead of at you. I come unrehearsed on purpose because self help doesn't have to be so complicated. I want to start with a quote by Jack Kornfield. He says, "When we are lost in desire, our heart closes." Now, I have struggled with desire. I think we all have, or we all do. So there's healthy desire and there's unhealthy desire, and we know what is healthy for us and we know what is unhealthy, right? I think that desire generally is a good thing. As humans, everyone has desire. If we didn't have desire, we wouldn't make babies, right? Like we naturally flow with desire, and that is meant, and that is good. And we should honor that, and we should fulfill our desires. And it doesn't matter if it's a donut, or you are desiring to build something amazing, or you're desiring, I don't know, a better connection to your body. But desire can also become dangerous when the desire gets out of control. And I think this is where um, unhealthy kicks in. And so the desire to, so let's take the donut for an example, because that is one of my weaknesses. Um, if you desire a donut, that is okay and that is good. That is not a bad thing. As you start to feed your desire, so after one donut, say you decide to continue to feed that desire, and you now have 6 donuts or 12 donuts. Well, eventually you will get sick, right? So that's a very simple example of how um, a normal, natural desire, if fed continuously, because I don't think desire has like a gauge. I think, well, it has a gauge. I don't think it has. It's like a it's like a baby, or it's like a dog. Dogs don't know when to stop eating. Desire doesn't know when to stop. You have to control uh, your desires. And I know for me, I'm wired in a way, and you may relate to this. I have the addictive gene. My dad's an alcoholic. My mom's dad was an alcoholic. Lots of addiction in my family tree. I'm impulsive and I'm reckless and I am extreme. So I can't just have one. I have to have um, so much that it makes me sick, right? And so it doesn't matter what is the thing that is shooting dopamine into my brain. I'm an extremist, and it's just it's a part of it is wiring. But being an extremist, of course, when it comes to desire, can be dangerous if you don't have control over it. So whether it is food, obviously, I mean, even fitness, the desire to feel good, the desire to get that natural high, the desire to sweat, all that is great. But even that taken to an extreme level can result in injury, can result in, you know, um, that can then turn into the activity you use to numb or to cope. And we see this happening all the time in the fitness world. Obviously, drugs, sex, all of that stuff. And this is nothing that you don't know. But my point of talking about this is to maybe do a little self analysis or an evaluation of what desires are you feeding so much that they are now going from healthy to unhealthy. So when you look at your life, and we could break it down to all areas of your life, um, work and career, where is your desire there? And I like asking why, so why do you desire what you desire in that category, working career? So whatever you're doing, is it just money? Is it to achieve something, so you get approval, recognition, or is it coming from an internal place where that desire is honest to you? You know, the other interesting thing about desire is, are you feeding a healthy desire? Not in the sense of how much, but where's it coming from, right? So Is your desire to say build your empire coming from a place of desiring um, money and Ferraris and a lifestyle? So and look, I get it. We all like nice things, but is it coming from a desire to project a life so others can, see that you are successful, hence gaining a validation approval? Or is it coming from an honest desire where you are building your empire to impact the world in some way that lines up with your story and creating a conduit so you can share your gifts, right? So, desire can also be not just about how much, but it could also be unhealthy if it's coming from a dishonest place or a place where you are feeding your pseudo self instead of your solid self. Just a quick insert with pseudo and solid. Solid is the authentic self, and pseudo is the part of you that has been programmed, that seeks approval, validation. And our pseudo self is the self that is usually louder than our solid self, which is usually a quiet whisper. And so to listen more to your solid self is what I believe will get you to moving more closer to your potential, which is hard. And every day it's a fight. It's that inner conflict. The movie that I use as an example in our life coaching intensive is Fight Club, and the inner conflict between, well, I'm gonna have to give away the ending. So if you to explain my point. So if you have never seen the movie, cover your ears for the next 10 seconds. If you have, then you have, and you can hear me out. Uh, okay, ready? I'm gonna give you a warning. Three, two, one. Okay. The ending of Fight Club, we find out it's one person, right? It's inner conflict. It's Edward Norton. um, he's the pseudo self because he starts the movie as someone who is invisible and searching and ambivalent and all of that, buying IKEA furniture, unhappy, miserable, and then he collides with his own self, which is his solid self, and that form comes in the form of Brad Pitt, and I think his name was Tyler Durden. And then once he connects with his solid self, then things start happening. He finds a movement, he finds passion, falls in love, he becomes a leader, all of that, right? And so I love that example because it's not only visual, it's actually an amazing movie, but um, I think we have an Edward Norton and a Brad Pitt in all of us, and so knowing where you are knowing which part of yourself you're listening to fulfill your desire. Now coming back to desire. God, I feel like I threw a boomerang, and now I'm talking about movies and shit. Now the boomerang's coming back around 4 minutes later. But where is your desire coming from? Is it coming from Edward Norton or is it coming from Brad Pitt? Why do you desire what you desire? Is it just for the pure sensation? And that's okay. So if it is for pure sensation, um, whether it's food, sex, whatever it is, if that is not in moderation, if that is not controllable, if you're not able to, if you don't have the ability to control that, then that can easily become an addiction. Your desires can then have power over you, and you will be powerless to your desire. So that obviously is unhealthy. um, but also the second piece is why. Why do you desire what you desire? Why do you desire marriage? Why do you desire kids? Why do you desire the picket fence, the corner office, whatever goals you're trying to achieve? Why do you desire these things? Are they coming from your truth? Or are they coming from a place of, well, wanting a certain image to look a certain way? Do you feel that you are tracing a blueprint that may not be honest to you anymore, or that has been formed by parents or society or something outside of your truth? If so, um, you're going to feed a desire that is unhealthy, right? Because you're chasing something that isn't honest to you, that isn't truthful to you. Anyway, okay, let me take a breath now. Desire. We all um, We all have it. We all have desires, and that is okay. Too much of desire, like Jack Cornfield says, closes the heart. And when he says closes the heart, I take that as it's closing that side of you that is honest, that is truthful, and you're closing down your solid self. So think about the desires that you have currently. Think about which desires that you need to control more. I know for me, a lot of it's food related. Um, I'm an extremist. Anything that makes me feel good, I need to calm the I need to tame down. Um, and then also why? Why do you have these desires? And if your desires are honest to you and they line up with you and your story, then yeah, I mean, push the gas pedal, you know? If they don't, then maybe you should stop feeding those desires and start feeding new ones that are more honest to you. Thank you for listening. If you are not getting my text, check it out. Just go to theangrytherapist.com or click on my bio link on my Instagram page at theangrytherapist. And every week, different topic. I text you once a day. I have so much fun with this platform. And at the end of the week, we give you a private Google Link doc. It's like 5 pages, so it's still in a shot class, but it's more than just a text on that topic. Check your desires. Be well. Hey, if you have a passion to help others and want to become a life coach, or you just want to acquire tools to change your own life, learn more about our Catalyst Life Coaching Intensive. We are an evidence-based training program with an amazing, authentic, vibrant community, and we give lifetime support. Just go to my website, theangrytherapist.com, and click on Life Coach Training. Hey, before you go, if you like my ramblings and revelations and shares, I am now texting people directly to their phone. Just go to my website, theangrytherapist.com. If you want to subscribe, I'll be doing weekly text, 5 days a week, reminders, and also mindsets and exercises and challenges. And every week there will be a different theme, a different topic. So I hope to see you in your phone. And also, if you enjoy this conversation, I hope you help me spread the dialogue and help other people by sharing it. You never know what people need to hear. So if it's helped you, I hope you can help me help others.